quick story time. There's a trend going around where teenage boys are already at the ages of like 13, 14, talking about doing cutting diets. They're doing this because they're being influenced on social media. So if you're a parent of a teenage boy and his eating habits have suddenly changed, you want to look into that and the reasons behind it. Cutting is not a healthy behavior. And I know some of the dads on here are going to be like, we did it all the time for wrestling. It creates disordered eating, and it can lead to long-term problems with both brain development for these teenage boys and muscle development. Another thing that got brought up today, though, is that a dad brought in a 16-year-old boy. There's also a 17-year-old boy at home, and both boys have suddenly lost their appetite, and they're both being treated by a colleague of mine for some other trauma that's occurred. And the immediate response of the other provider was just to provide a peptide that helps increase ghrelin, which is the hormone that stimulates hunger. And I was like, wait, let's ask more questions and do some deeper digging, right? Because that's what I do. It turns out that the other boy, the appetite suppression is so severe that he is actually now, anytime food goes in, within like 20 minutes, he's vomiting. So that kiddo has gastroparesis. I posted a video yesterday and today talking about supplements that are available to help with gastroparesis. However, when Dad mentioned that about the other boy, I asked about the boy that was sitting in the room, and he's like, yeah, he's starting to have lack of hunger, but it's not to the same extent yet. And I was like, well, let's avoid it getting there. Quick test of cranial nerves, and his vagus nerve is not functioning the way it's intended to. The same way that having your vagus nerve be hyperactive can create things like biliary dyskinesia and anxiety and a racing heart, having a vagus nerve that's down regulated can create a gallbladder that doesn't eject at all. It can create gastroparesis. It can create slow stomach emptying. It can create heart arrhythmias, all of that kind of stuff. If your teenager seems to have a sudden change in appetite, please look at it more seriously. We don't want to create problems down the road that could have been prevented now. The getting to the stage where you can't get anything down, gastroparesis is really extreme and could have been avoided. But we also want to make sure that it's not happening due to like a food allergy that's presenting, that's creating something like eosinophilic esophagitis.